Yeah, baby!
UCF and South Florida both have not had a long history in college football, but this natural and budding rivalry, the war on I-4, has everything on the line today. You're watching college football presented by K Jewelers. And now there are only 3 unbeaten teams remaining in college football. Only one in the state of Florida after Pitt upsets unbeaten and number 2 Miami for its second top 2 win in the last 2 seasons. The only remaining unbeaten team in the state of Florida is right here in Orlando. 15th ranked UCF squares up with South Florida. What a way to bring you into Spectrum Stadium. Adam Amin, Dusty Dvorak, Molly McGrath will join us in a moment as well. How about that score from Pittsburgh?
Didn't see that one coming. Man, oh man, this has huge college football playoff ramifications. Going to make that tougher on the committee coming up on Tuesday. But wow, what an upset. Miami couldn't get their offense going. Malik Rozier actually went to the bench. They came out flat. Give it up to Pat Narduzzi and Pitt to finish off a tough season with a big-time win.
Impressive win there. Meanwhile, here we've got 2 very impressive head coaches in this budding rivalry. Scott Frost in his 2nd season and Charlie Strong in his 1st at South Florida. Neither have missed a beat.
And Charlie Strong, change of scenery, right? He leaves Texas where it's a tough situation, takes over a veteran team with a lot of success last year. He got the seniors to buy in, and they put together a great season. And Scott Frost, maybe the biggest and best turnaround in all of college football the last 2 years, from not winning a game 2 years ago to unbeaten, and maybe the hottest young coach in all of college coaching.
How about today? The winner of this game goes to the American Conference Championship game. It's the first time this game really means something.
The war on I-4. It's a rivalry, and when the stakes are higher, it means that much more today. The winner goes to the conference championship game. There's bragging rights at stake. There's going to be a lot of emotion. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And Molly, we've got 2 linebackers in the heart of these 2 defenses that really headline this game.
Yeah, that's right, Adam. Linebacker Shaquem Griffin is the emotional leader of the Knights. He is an emotional leader for them, and he's a Florida native. He's preaching the importance of this game, especially after the Bulls beat them the last 2 seasons. He's telling his teammates, enough is enough. We can't be satisfied with 10-0. Our season cannot end here. And UCF's last regular season loss was to the Bulls last year, and that's giving USF's linebacker Augie Sanchez and his teammates a lot of confidence. He's saying people are seeing them like they're some superhuman team that can't be beat. Well, we're not intimidated. We've beat them before. We know how to beat them. So a lot of emotions, a lot of history in this matchup, you guys. You may see things getting chippy early on.
Chris Barr on the return for South Florida. And he'll work his way out across the 30-yard line. Quinton Flowers has put together an outstanding career, and he has done it in the face of terrible tragedy. Lost his father when he was 7 years old. He was killed in a drive-by shooting. He was still in a high school football uniform when his mother Nancy lost a battle with cancer 5 years ago. And the week he became the starting quarterback for the South Florida Bulls, his brother was shot and killed while playing football with kids. Through all of this, an outstanding offensive player, a 29-8 record, and a chance to head to the American title game. And on first down, it's Dearness Johnson getting minimal yardage. Shaquem Griffin, the excellent linebacker, on the stop for UCF. This was last week on senior night. Quinton Flowers had no family to come out of the tunnel with, and it was Charlie Strong who had his arm around Quinton Flowers in a very emotional moment last week. One of the great stories in college football, this senior out of Miami. All day to throw, and has Mitchell Wilcox for a first down into UCF territory.
Got to give this offensive line a lot of credit here. Excellent protection for Quentin Flowers to survey the field. He goes to his first read, his second read, all the way to his third read across the field to pick up a nice first down.
Tyree McCants with space. And there goes Tyree McCants. Inside the 5 and in. What a touchdown.
Tyree McCants looks more like a linebacker than a receiver at 5'11", 225. They love to give him the ball out in space on the edge. Excellent blocking outside by Dillon, the tight end, as well as Wilcox. And the big-bodied man, he can pick him up and put him down as he drags the UCF defender into the end zone. That's just 1-2. And the wide receiver gets South Florida on the board early.
Back-to-back weeks with a touchdown for McCants. And South Florida on the road. An impressive, explosive series to go up 7-0.
Coming in, it was UCF with the explosive offense. They hit so many big plays. But to start the game, USF, South Florida, the Bulls, strike quick and strike early to show that they came to play in this I-4 rivalry.
Against the unbeaten UCF Knights, led by Scott Frost in his second season. One of the hottest young names in coaching. Certainly will be a name thrown out for multiple jobs as the coaching carousel continues to turn. Meanwhile, Charlie Strong struggled at Texas after a great run at Louisville. Comes back to a state he knows very well as a recruiter and does not miss a beat with a veteran-laden team. And already the Bulls on top 7-0. Mike Hughes is a dangerous return man. A punt and a kick for a touchdown already this year. And he'll have an opportunity from the 3. Works his way out to the 32-yard line. So the defensive coordinator for South Florida, Brian Jean-Marie, had very effusive praise for a quarterback that does not get enough credit, Mackenzie Milton. Milton checks it down to Adrian Killins, and he's got 8 yards on first down. He has a little Baker Mayfield in him. Pretty good comparison for the guy who's leading the Heisman Trophy ballots.
Very efficient with the football, the 2 most efficient quarterbacks you saw in the graphic. But in just his sophomore season, Mackenzie Milton, his ability to process information so quickly. This offense is so dynamic. So many different guys touch the football. He gets them in and out of every play, gets them in the right play so that they can function at such a high level. Talking with the offensive coordinator, Troy Walters, had never seen this sophomore pick up an offense so quickly.
Try to run for the first down, and Adrian Killins moves the sticks. This is the #1 scoring offense in the country. They have scored 30+ in all 10 games this year.
Go fast, and they spread it around.
Slick handoff to Killins. And the speedster is into the red zone.
Adrian Killins, he has track speed. Big-time playmaker on the outside, a home run hitter. And as he gets to the perimeter, the speed just too much for the USF defense.
Killins down to the 3. UCF has been very strong in the red zone. Milton with a little bit of magic for a touchdown. Matthew Wright ties ties it up at 7. If the first 4 minutes are any indication, you better stick around, folks. This is going to be a good one, with the winner headed to the American Conference title game. 7 up on I-4. Welcome to college football presented by K Jewelers as part of the Jiffy Lube Rivalry Series. 5'11", 185-pound sophomore, Mackenzie Milton. He's not going to blow you away with his stature, but his skill is impressive.
He's got it all, Adam. Can throw from within the pocket, makes plays with his legs, and takes care of the football. It's an extremely efficient and outstanding sophomore season.
Chris Barr fumbled it into the end zone, and he will take a knee. Chopped down by Tony Garrod. 4 yards there. Plenty of time. Looking for Elkanah Dillon, who comes back to the ball and has it inside the UCF 40.
Well, it's just a four-man rush by UCF. This offensive line doing an excellent job giving Quentin Flowers all day to throw the football as his tight end Dillon gets open down the field.
An offensive line that has a lot of veterans on it. Cameron Ruff, the center. Marcus Norman, the right tackle. Some very impressive, well-stocked offensive linemen for this USF bunch.
And continuity. All 5 guys have started every game so far this season.
Johnson gets swallowed up by Shaquan Burkett.
Penetration killed that play. Both backside, left tackle, left guard, Mays and Hall trying to pull, but it was penetration by the nose tackle. Number 9, Tristan Hill, disrupting that play. Remember, you want to bring pressure, you want to make it tough on Quentin Flowers, but you got to keep him caged up. If you get outside your rush lanes, that's where he can break loose and make plays.
Running again, and that ball is on the ground. And somehow Dearness Johnson comes out with it and lands just shy of the sticks. And now 4th down and short coming up. Decision time for Charlie Strong.
Well, I think based off the play call, they were using 2 plays to get the 1st down. It's outstanding effort by Dearness Johnson just to gain a few yards.
It's Johnson burrowing, and he looks to be short on the initial spot. Pat Jasinski made the stop, and UCF will come up with a turnover on downs.
Well, Pat Jasinski has taken his game to the next level this season. The night defense needed him to. He's done that and some. It's just going to be a simple inside zone. And Pat Jasinski meets him at the 1st down line, says, not up in here, not today. Tough to find a seat. We have a sellout here today. Great scene for college football.
Scott Frost told us, as good as the program has been these last 3 or 4 months, this is the first time he really feels like this place was going to be full. And this UCF fan base has delivered with this crucial of a game today. Otis Anderson is in the backfield, the versatile receiver and running back. Jordan Akins has a 1st down.
Jordan Akins, a playmaker at tight end, complete tight end. He can block well, and he is a weapon on the outside for this offense. 9 explosive receptions this year of over 20 yards. Very nifty with the football in his hands.
time. And he kept his feet somehow. Apparently did not step out of bounds, and he's down to the 45 of South Florida.
Was good inside pressure initially by Deidrin Sanat and Greg Reeves from the edge. As we mentioned, though, Milton can play a little bit Houdini. He tries a tightrope.
Killings down to the 39.
Troy Walter told us they have a mantra in the wide receiver room. No block, no rock. When you don't have the football, if you don't help out your teammates, you're not going to get the football. This wide receiver room has really bought in. It's because of Traquan Smith's leadership and dedication to doing everything right.
Milton will run it. And he's got the first down to the 31-yard line. Blitz from the Bulls. One-on-one with Stewart. Second down. Earlier today, right here on ABC, Pittsburgh with the huge upset of second-ranked Miami. First loss of the year for the Canes. They still have the ACC championship game next week on ABC against Clemson. Thrown behind Akins. Good coverage by Devin Abraham. With the Miami loss, these are the only 3 unbeaten teams remaining in college football.
UCF, they feel disrespected. They feel they should be much higher than 15, not getting all the respect that they deserve from the College Ball Playoff Committee.
Anderson on the edge, and he's got a first down into the red zone. I think maybe the one that surprised everybody was the fact that Mississippi State, a 3-loss team, was ranked ahead of UCF in this week's rankings. Mississippi State lost last night in the Egg Bowl with that unfortunate injury to quarterback Nick Fitzgerald. Thrown behind Akins once again, incomplete.
That was one of those different arm angles we see from Mackenzie Milton. A little bit of pressure in his face. He drops down to 3/4 and slings it out to Jordan Akins, a bit behind his intended target. And Mackenzie Milton told us, you know, one of the things he really worked on with his mechanics, his elbow would get too low, and they've worked a lot on keeping his elbow up. He's got that quick release, and they're continually working on throwing from different arm angles in this offense.
Milton has a man. It is caught! Touchdown UCF, Dredrick Snelson. Dredrick Snelson with an impressive catch, and UCF's offense with an equally impressive drive to take the lead.
Mackenzie Milton is as good as advertised. We saw what he could do with his legs. He gets outside the pocket, takes a big shot, finds his target in the back of the field. UCF on top. The quarterback likes it.
UCF always has some interesting TD celebrations. That's always something fun to watch with this offense that's used to celebrating. The leading offense in the nation already has 14 in the first quarter. Chris Barr has some space, but he'll get shut down shy of the 25. Flowers has a man, What a snare by McCants. The second huge play for Tyree McCants takes him inside the 25.
Quentin Flowers does a great job with his shoulders. Screen and go. He's going to fake it to the outside. His receiver, Tyree McCants, is acting initially like he's going to be blocking. He just continues to run down the field on a go ball. A nice pass from Quentin Flowers.
Nothing there for Darius Tice. He's second down.
USF has got to find a way to get this rushing attack going. This is what they hang their hat on. 8th in the country in running the football, have not been able to get it going so far.
Flowers will throw it away. 3rd and long coming up for USF. Matchup of the 2 best offenses and the 2 best defenses in the American Conference.
Showing pressure. If they bring pressure, look for a spy to be on Flowers.
They've got one. Flowers will toss it up to the sideline. Mike Hughes had the coverage on Mitchell Wilcox, and the UCF pressure looking sharp again.
UCF picks and chooses their spots when they're going to bring pressure. Bringing multiple guys off the edge and keeping someone alert as a spy on Quentin Flowers. They talked about they've got to keep him caged up. He got outside the pocket, but it was excellent man-to-man coverage down the field.
.41-yarder for Emilio Nadelman. First time he has missed since the Tulane game. He had made 7 straight. South Florida still trails by 7 in the first. We've already seen one unbeaten go down. We've got another one here in UCF. Milton with a beautiful strike for a first down. Finds Gabriel Davis, the true freshman.
They really like what Gabriel Davis has brought to this team. True freshman, he's 6'3", 220. Local kid out of Seminole, and they said from day one. He's been a starter on this team. Plays like he's been here 2 or 3 years. Wise beyond his years.
Anderson hit shy of the sticks. Good play made by Ronnie Hoggins. This is an impressive UCF offense against a really talented veteran South Florida defense. What you've expected so far?
Yeah, McKenzie Milton's been fantastic. I mean, he's moved the ball extremely well. Efficiency in the pass game. He's made some play with his legs as well. The one thing that I've been surprised, USF has not been able to run the football whatsoever, and that's who they are. They've depended more on Flowers' ability to throw it than run it.
Nice late decision to find Michael Kalubiali, but there is a penalty marker thrown back where the pass was tossed.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 48, player in the boundary with a late hit. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Spencer Atkinson got tagged for it. They said 48.
When McKenzie Milton told us all about the different arm angles, you see him drop all the way down, almost sidearm, as he finds Michael Kalubiali on the sidelines. Excellent job by the quarterback, McKenzie Milton, forcing the defense to come to him and keeping his eyes down the field and finding his target.
I think that was a misidentification by the official. Milton with a late pitch to Killens, and UCF with another impressive score. Milton doing it all in quarter one.
Mackenzie Milton doing his best Scott Frost impersonation, running the triple option, love the fake, and they keep the pitch relationship. Mackenzie Milton, as he's being tackled going down, perfect flip to Adrian Killens as he walks to the house.
Nothing there for Chris Barr. He got it to Tice, but Pat Jasinski was not fooled.
Jemias Pittman, the defensive end, up the field and just really explosive and penetrating. He's unblocked. They're going to read him. He doesn't sit at the line of scrimmage. He forces it, attacks it, forces Flowers to make a decision, and disrupts the play.
UCF blitz. Great catch by Dillon, and he has the first down across the 20. And this Central Florida bunch, sitting at 10-0, the best start in program history, has a 21-7 lead on its rival through one quarter. We'll return to Orlando after these messages and a word from our ABC stations. Welcome back to college football, presented by Cade Jewelers as part of the Jiffy Lube Rivalry Series. The war on I-4, with the winner heading to the American Conference Championship game as a representative of the East. Just the third year that the American Conference has been split into two divisions and will have a championship game. Plenty of time. Has a man loose. McCants again. Down near the 25 of UCF. But there is a penalty flag back at the 16-yard line.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 2. After distance to the goal, first down.
So Shaquan Burkett will add on to the big gainer with the face mask penalty.
Excellent protection again from this USF offensive line. All day for Quentin Flowers to throw the football in a busted coverage down the field as they turn Tyree McCants loose and wide open down the sidelines. Eric Shenander's got to be hot right now with a coverage like that.
Johnson with the 10. Eric Shenander is in his second season as the defensive coordinator for UCF. A former walk-on offensive lineman at Iowa. Was an assistant at Northern Iowa when Scott Frost was the wide receiver coach. Then was with him at Oregon as well as a linebacker coach. Corner blitz. Flowers to the end zone. What a catch. Temi Alaka. Touchdown Bulls. The grad transfer from Rice with an over-the-top catch for a score. Quentin Flowers dropping dimes in Orlando so far. Nadelman misses the extra points. The 4th time this year he's missed one in 48 tries. So it is an 8-point game as we hit a timeout.
Sometimes you just got to give your receivers an opportunity to make a play on the football. Quentin Flowers is going to take his shot down the field and leaves you wondering, are you Orlando proud? Are you Tampa proud?
Touchback for UCF. And the Knights offense back out there. Frederick Snelson. A good gain out across the 35. They call this the war on I-4. Adam Amin, Dusty Dvorak, Molly McGrath at Spectrum Stadium in Orlando. We started the day with 4 unbeaten teams in college football. Miami has already been knocked from the ranks of the unbeaten by Pitt. The number 2 Hurricanes lost earlier today. UCF, one of those unbeaten, sitting at 10-0. Its best start in program history. A program that was winless 2 years ago before Scott Frost took over. Took them to a bowl game last year. A win today for either one of these teams will send them to the American Conference Championship game to play Memphis and put them in the driver's seat to potentially go to a New Year's 6 bowl game. Snelson makes the catch. The tackle made by Ronnie Hoggins.
Excellent plant drive by Ronnie Hoggins. On the outside, an open field. Quality open field tackle. Still waiting on the big guys inside to make something happen for this USF defense. Bruce Hector, Deidrin Sanat.
Off the fingertips of Traquan Smith. 4th down.
Mackenzie Milton got off to such a hot start. He's cooled off the last couple of drives as he's behind his intended target, Traquan Smith.
This will be the 3rd consecutive punt for UCF after opening the game with 3 straight touchdown drives.
Brian Jean-Marie, the defensive coordinator of USF, did a nice job making some adjustments, and his defense playing much, much better after that poor start.
Their catch at the 16. Good punt by Mac Loudermilk. Solomon on a good strike from Flowers has the 1st down to the 29. Just a few for Johnson.
Been really impressed today with Tristan Hill. 9, the nose tackle. Jemias Pittman, 5, the defensive end. Big guys inside, really been doing quality work. Winning the line of scrimmage, disengaging, making several tackles.
And now the bounce house starts to get going again on 2nd down and 6. Flowers making some magic happen with his legs into UCF territory. First big play he's made with his feet in this game. 19 yards. Now back to the air. And a good play by Tyree McCants for a catch.
But the concentration on the sidelines by the big receiver, Tyree McCants. Ball's thrown where only his receiver can make a play. Great job reaching out, making that catch, and keeping a foot in bounds.
Lining that read for a first down to Johnson. May depend on the spot. Looked to be enough initially, but we'll see here. It will be a first down. Flowers sees an alley. And Shaquem Griffin goes sailing over him on that hurdle as Flowers hit the deck. Two athletes on the train tracks heading right towards each other.
When you play a quarterback like Quentin Flowers, you better keep good rush lanes. The nose gets knocked over, a huge hole opens up, and Quentin Flowers, it's a nice pickup.
Incomplete here, 3rd down and 1.
Talking yesterday with the defensive coordinator, Eric Shenander, you've got to keep Flowers caged, keep him caged up. You got to keep guys outside, guys on the inside, but the biggest, most important thing, keeping quality rush lanes. If you get too wide or if you go 3-by-1, too many guys on one side of the center, natural running lanes are going to open up for Quentin Flowers. We've seen it twice now on this drive.
That second effort for the first down for Ernest Johnson.
Tristan Hill is out. A.J. Wooten has come in for him. He missed that tackle. An excellent toughness.
Flowers, like dancing and shimmying, didn't have much there. Coming up on the Capital One halftime report with Kevin Nagandi and Booger McFarland, they'll recap Pitt's huge upset of #2 Miami. What kind of implications will that have towards the college football playoff? And a huge rivalry Saturday with some massive games with playoff implications. They'll preview it all on the Capital One halftime report. Flowers, end zone, Wilcox, touchdown Bulls! A silencer from Flowers, who has been sharp. Already 348 passing yards and 3 touchdowns for Q. This one perfect from Nadelman. Some miscues by the Bulls in that first half.
USF could easily be on top right now. A missed field goal early. And doink, off the upright.
And Scott Frost's team still has the lead by 1. He's with Molly McGrath.
Thank you, Adam. Coach, USF finding some success in the passing game. How crucial was that pick to end the half?
That was a big pick. We've given up too many plays on defense, and we sputtered in the second quarter on offense. We got to make some adjustments and find our rhythm again.
Yeah, Mackenzie Milton cooled off a little bit. What do you need him to do?
Well, that's the way it's going to be against them. They're playing no linebackers right now. They're putting all DBs out there. We're going to have to win against man coverage. We're going to have to protect. We did a good job of that in the first quarter. We got to keep doing it.
Thank you, Coach.
41 points, 641 total yards of offense, and at the end of it all, a trip to the title game. Back to the studio in the Capital One halftime report after these messages and a word from our ABC stations. Living up to the hype so far. Two rivals combined 19-1 records. And a 1-point game with UCF in front with the ball coming up. Adam Amin, Dusty Dvorak, Molly McGrath. Very nice showcase for the American Conference today.
Both teams showing out, showing what they're made of. Both offenses and defenses have shined at certain times. First quarter, it was all about Central Florida. Second quarter, it was all about South Florida. We got a heck of a second half in store.
Are you ready?
Let's check in with Molly McGrath.
Yeah, Bulls coach Charlie Strong really upset with the discipline of his team in that first quarter. He said every touchdown they got was the result of a penalty, so he told his team to calm down, settle in, don't let their emotions get the best of them. They started to settle in a little bit. They were tackling better, and their defense started to improve, but he's not happy very much with their rushing defense, just 48 yards running. He wants more balance, but he is really happy with the passing game. He's happy with the way Quentin Flowers is throwing the ball, and he really likes their yards after catch, guys.
348 passing yards for Quentin Flowers, Molly, in that first half. Here's Killins, brought down as it's time for our Pacific Life game summary. And UCF started hot.
They did. Mackenzie Milton was fantastic, making plays with his legs, with his arm, little option, a la his old quarterback. In the next 4 possessions, it was all about South Florida's defense, and Quentin Flowers was going bananas in that first half. It was fantastic throwing the football down the field, allowing his receivers to make plays, and even showing you some of his escapability, making plays in the run game as well.
Jordan Akins is wide open. The former minor league baseball player for the Texas Rangers has a first down. Milton under pressure finds Traquan Smith.
Yeah, Adam, you know, he only has one hand, but he doesn't see it as an excuse. Shaquem Griffin in the weight room was fitted for a prosthetic to help him lift. It took a while for him to get used to it. Now he's able to bench press 225 pounds. He can do pull-ups, push-ups, bicep curls, anything with that left arm. And he refuses to wear the prosthetic anywhere but the weight room, saying he doesn't need it.
His dad, Terry, would actually come up with different contraptions when he was in high school so that he could lift weights and do push-ups and do bench presses. And he built up his strength to the point where he can do 225. That's the NFL baseline for how many reps you do at the combine.
Don't tell him that he has a handicap, though. He refuses to allow that to be an excuse for him or be who he is. He has fought. He has been through struggle. He has been through tough times to put himself in this position. Doesn't feel sorry for himself, and he doesn't want anyone else to feel sorry for him. And every time he takes the field, whether it's on the practice field or whether it's on the game field, all that emotion, all those people that have talked about him, that have told him he couldn't do it, he uses that as energy, as motivation. And that's why when I popped the tape on, never seen a guy play with as much effort and as hard as Shaquem Griffin.
Second down and 12 for UCF. Milton pressured, incomplete.
So you guys, this is the prosthetic that Shaquem Griffin wears while he's in the weight room. He was fitted for this when he came to UCF. You can see there's a clamp here, and that connects to any kind of bar when he's doing, you know, weight. He's doing bench presses, he's doing curls, things like that. And when he was able to do his first pull-up, his mom cried because that was a momentous thing for him.
Incredible story. One of the best in college football. First down, Traquan Smith. And UCF is into the red zone.
Mackenzie Milton under duress and pressure. Cool, calm, collected in the pocket on a huge 3rd and long. Finds his go-to man, Traquan Smith.
15 yards.
Milton to the end zone. It is caught. Gabriel Davis, touchdown to UCF. True freshman with his 3rd touchdown in the last 4 games. And it was set up by the defense of UCF. Shaquem Griffin made the big, relentless effort play on 3rd down to get UCF the ball. And on Shaquem's senior day, one of the most emotional players you'll find in college football, using that energy, to get his defense off the field. What a story. If you're curious as to why this place is called the Bounce House, that was a good visual interpretation of why. This place continues to be energetic for this war on I-4. Good pursuit of Tice by Gibson, but Tice is able to get away and get close to the sticks. Enough for the first down. Got a favorable spot to the 45-yard line. Quinton Flowers, the face of this South Florida program, making his 38th career start tonight. And this was a really interesting comparison brought up by our production crew, and I thought this was a pretty good one. Take it back in the time machine a decade when Pat White was running and slinging it.
Pat White was so lethal in that West Virginia offense, and you're exactly right. Very similar to what Quinton Flowers has done here at South Florida. All day.
And he has to get rid of it as Joey Connors was closing in. You know, a decade ago, West Virginia had that run to get to #2 in the country. Lost to South Florida en route to playing Pitt, and then losing to Pitt in the backyard brawl, which killed their BCS title hopes. 3rd down and 7 for South Florida. And Quinton Flowers uses his feet for the first down. All the way inside the Knights' 30-yard line.
Darius Tice, the lead blocker on this quarterback counter, gets up the field, seals off the linebacker, and a big pickup on a crucial 3rd down.
Flowers wants it all. And Valdez-Scantling was well covered by Mike Hughes in what's become a really fun outside matchup between these two.
Mike Hughes can cover. This guy's been fantastic so far today. Tight coverage, working on a huge target. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 6'5", 207 pounds. What a matchup that's been.
They've got Dillon in the backfield next to Flowers. Flowers runs for another first down inside the 15-yard line.
We've talked time and time again about being able, watch him when he comes off the edge. He comes in tight. He needs to come high so that he keeps Quinton Flowers in the pocket. Bad angle by the blitzing safety, Trey Neal.
Tice muscles to the 6. This is some of the magic of Quinton Flowers. Not only his feet, but the ability to process information from his quarterback position as well.
Just such a naturally gifted runner.
They're going to go Wildcat here with Flowers lined up in the slot. Darius Tice with Elkanah Dillon next to him. Dillon the block, and Tice the touchdown!
A very enticing play by USF. How about let's watch him pull a guard here, kick out and get to the 2nd level. Just a counter play, follow big 78, and muscle his way into the end zone. Excellent drive by USF to answer UCF.
A 1-point game again. Puffin and puffin Quinton Flowers after putting in a whole lot of work on that scoring drive. South Florida has been in Conference USA. They've been in the Big East with some successful years. They've been in the American Conference. They've never played for a conference title. They've never won a division title.
Milton picked off. Lonnie Hoggins with the interception. Hoggins had a stinger earlier in this game. He just came back on the field and has the interception.
Well, it's man-to-man coverage on Traquan Smith. Crossing route. And Hoggins undercuts the route. Fantastic job in coverage, making a play on the football. And Mackenzie Milton, he was locked in on his receiver the entire time. He gave it away. And Ronnie Hoggins made a huge play.
And now Flowers takes over at the 40 of UCF. McCants continuing his career day with 6 more yards. Tied for first in the country. South Florida with 18 interceptions. These are such high-quality takeaway units, both sides in this game.
USF, they play a ton of man-to-man coverage, man-free. They pressure quarterbacks, and they make plays on the football.
Dearness Johnson broke a tackle. Griffin brought him down at the 24-yard line. Trey Neal with another missed tackle in the backfield.
Trey Neal's coming off the edge. He's the blitzing safety, and Tice runs through it.
Had to get rid of it.
My apologies, not Tice. Dearness Johnson. Very physical run on first down.
Now you bring up Johnson and Tice. Both are roommates on the road. They had to do a lot of work to replace the all-time leading rusher in South Florida history, Marlon Mack, who's making a pretty good impact with the Indianapolis Colts this year. Flowers has not been shy about using his feet to make it happen. Touchdown Bulls, and South Florida leads. In the biggest game of Quentin Flowers' career, he has showed up and he is showing out here in Orlando.
We showed the graphic in the comparison of Pat White and Quentin Flowers. Quentin Flowers looking like Pat White on that touchdown run. We've talked about it all game. Rush lanes. You can't get too many guys on one side of the football. Right there, guys. Look at this. Here, here, here. Look at this huge hole open up right here, and the vision. He sees it. He takes it. And it's an easy run for Quentin Flowers. And get him in the open field. Look out. Puts the left foot in the ground. Gets up the field and takes it to the house. Quentin Flowers, 459 yards of total offense and 4 total touchdowns. What a performance.
Mackenzie Milton. Late stages, third quarter. And it's Mackenzie Milton back out there for the Knights. Anderson brought down by Fullwood.
That's the end of the third quarter.
And Charlie Strong's team trying to knock UCF from the ranks of the unbeaten. That relationship between Charlie Strong and Quentin Flowers, when it's on point, it is very good. Last week, without a parent to accompany him on senior night, it was Charlie Strong who brought Quentin Flowers on the field. Now trying to bring Flowers to the finish line tonight. More from Orlando after these messages and a word from our ABC stations. Welcome back to college football, presented by K Jewelers as part of the Jiffy Lube Rivalry Series. Winner heads to the American Conference Championship game. That's what UCF is trying to do tonight, along with locking up a spot in the American Conference Championship game and putting themselves in prime position to be the Group of 5 representative in the New Year's Six. According to some projections I saw today, if the New Year's Six were to start today, Georgia and UCF would match up in the Peach Bowl. That'd be a heck of a matchup.
Be fun to watch. Feels like the winner of the American's going to get that New Year's Six Bowl out of it.
I would agree with
Boise State out there looming.
Boise State number 23 in the rankings. Milton, dangerous throw, and it is intercepted by Jamon Thomas with a penalty marker thrown.
That was a dangerous pass by Mackenzie Milton. Careless with the football, put it up, but tried to allow his receiver to make a play.
Holding. Defense, number 3. 10-yard penalty. Automatic, first down.
Huge penalty, though, against the Bulls.
Still, he's got to be smarter with the football.
Agreed. Absolutely.
He was bailed out with a hold there. But that was a careless pass. He was trying to force the ball down the field to make a play. Fortunately, bailed out with a holding call.
And remember, Mackenzie Milton is not a guy who makes a lot of mistakes or forces a lot of bad passes. He is an outstanding decision maker who made a bad decision there. Milton. Sidearm slinging out of bounds. Second and 10. Blitz. Milton. Incomplete. Looking for Traquan Smith. Third and 10.
Greg Reeves, excellent rush. The former walk-on. He's just standing here. He's going to pick his spot. They don't identify where he's coming from. A game with the defensive line. He comes clean and forces the ball out of Milton's hand. Versatility from Greg Reeves, the ability to put his hand down and stand up.
Milton has a man wide open downfield. Snelson, touchdown, tie game. UCF takes the lead. The heavyweight fight we were hoping for. Milton with a punch to put UCF in front. And now Quentin Flowers. Can he counter? Everything we hoped for here in Orlando, we are seeing tonight. Frederick Snelson with the touchdown to tie it. The extra point has put Mackenzie Milton and UCF back in front, and it is literally lit in Orlando.
as Johnson with a return across the 20. Flowers. Down he goes. Titus Davis with the tackle for loss.
Titus Davis, the outside linebacker, a force off of the edge. He was the backside player. If Quentin Flowers wanted to reverse field the way that he did, he was the only man who was going to be on the outside to get him down, and a shoestring tackle.
Deep down the field. Incomplete for McCants. It's already been a career day for Tyree, but he could not hold that one down. 3rd down and 18 for South Florida.
Let's see if Eric Shenander is going to bring pressure on 3rd down. We've seen in 3rd and long situations, we've seen pressure forcing Flowers outside the pocket and getting rid of the football.
Flowers tosses it up there for Solomon. Is it a catch? It is! What a play on a desperation heave.
Wow. The pressure got home to Quentin Flowers. He had to rush the throw. High pass. And he gets the foot in bounds. What a play.
3rd and 18. Darnell Solomon makes the play of his career to pick up 20 yards and a 1st down. My goodness.
Again, Quentin Flowers under serious pressure. He dodged the initial rusher and just stayed cool, calm, throws up a prayer, and it was answered.
That puts Flowers at a career-high 400 passing yards. He's accounted for more yards than UCF has. McCants. Good open field stop by Titus Davis.
Titus Davis fought through a block out on the perimeter. Really nice job making an open field tackle for a minimal gain.
Back to the sideline. This time it's Valdez-Scantling. Davis ran him out. 3rd down coming up for South Florida as we duck inside of 6 to play.
And if you're the UCF defensive line, you're thinking keep 2-by-2 relationship. Or if you're bringing pressure, you don't want to get too many guys to one side and open up the rush lanes for Quentin Flowers.
Past the sticks, caught by Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 1st down again for South Florida.
Timing route. Flowers, Scantling on the same page. Excellent throw, and Scantling keeps the ball after a big hit.
Flowers keeps this time. A short gain brought down by Tristan Hill. Top of the hour in Orlando. Adam Amin, Dusty Dvorak, Molly McGrath, our great crew at Spectrum Stadium. Miami lost earlier today, so only 3 unbeaten teams remain in college football. UCF is one of them. It's been a wild one on this war on I-4. Solomon. There should have been a holding penalty or something there because Neville Clark grabbed the jersey of Solomon going downfield.
Had to be defensive holding, 100%. Neville Clark, quality cover guy. He was beat down the sidelines. He got a handful of jersey as they were running down the side. Grabs his arm. Deep pass interference, holding, whatever you want to call it. Neville Clark fortunate he didn't draw the flag.
Yeah, he had a handful of jersey before the pass was released. It should have been a defensive holding. 3rd down and 7. Flowers launches and incomplete. Good coverage by Mike Hughes downfield.
Pressure brought again by Eric Shenander, the defensive coordinator of UCF. And it was Pat Jasinski, the inside linebacker, who gets clean, forces the errant throw by Quentin Flowers. Big stand for that UCF defense.
So now Jonathan Hernandez has to punt away again. This one to the end zone. Out to the 20 comes UCF with 4:33 to play.
UCF just wanted to work this 4-minute offense, couple of first downs, and ice the clock.
Dangerous pitch, but Otis Anderson comes out with it. This is a 1-point game with UCF in front right now. And remember that Emilio Nadelman has missed a PAT off the upright and has missed a 41-yard field goal in this game. The reigning American Conference Special Teams Player of the Week. South Florida defense will have to bail him out. UCF in no hurry. Big first down for Mackenzie Milton.
They almost used Otis Anderson like a lead blocker. Fakes the inside zone, gets right behind his running back. Picks up enough to move the chains. Good read by the quarterback. Who's that running back as an extra blocker?
Milton. Incomplete, but a flag is thrown. 2, in fact. Dietrich Nichols was covering the very good target, Traquan Smith.
Pass interference. Defense, number 3. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Aggressive decision by Mackenzie Milton to throw that football down the field. You kind of felt like they were just going to want to run the football, possess it, try to chew up as much of this clock as possible. But he takes a shot down the field, draws a big penalty. It's a good flag by the official. Dietrich Nichols clearly interfering with the receiver.
So it sets them up at the 47-yard line with 3:11 to play. UCF hasn't played a ton of tight games this year. Only one game has been decided by one possession earlier this season. That was against SMU.
USF, they're first. 30 seconds.
But USF, they came out and they came ready to fight. And give UCF credit, after falling behind, they've dug deep here in this 4th quarter to put themselves in position to ice this game.
Still 3 minutes to play. Milton! Huge completion to Smith inside the 25.
Otis Anderson with an excellent block to allow Milton with the time to throw a dime down the field to his favorite target, Traquan Smith.
That was one heck of a cut block by Otis Anderson.
True freshman, by the way, who they trusted at Navy in the 4th quarter when they were only up 3. He had 6 of the final 7 possessions, touches, and he has the touchdown that put him up 10.
Another throw to Smith, and he could not hold on. Second down.
Shows a lot to put a true freshman running back in these spots.
Absolutely.
and for him to come up with big plays. Not just on the ball, but off the ball.
He was a high priority in UCF's recruiting process. UCF has a sports medicine degree that Otis Anderson really wanted to pursue. But he was highly sought after by a lot of major programs. Scott Frost got a very key cog for this offense in Otis Anderson. Big blitz from the Bulls. It's a screen against the blitz. The perfect play. Otis Anderson may have sealed the deal for UCF. This is a key extra point to make it an 8-point lead. It's still a one-score game, but this puts pressure on the Bulls. And Matthew Wright nails it.
They call the screen against this aggressive South Florida defense. 66, Aaron Evans, the left tackle. He's going to get up and draw a key block. Defense never saw it coming. Sellout blitz. Perfect call in that situation. Evans gets the kick out. And you see the speed in the open field as the true freshman comes up with a huge play to put UCF up by 8. Don't forget, though, if you're South Florida, that's exactly what you wanted to happen. 2:21 left on the clock, 2 timeouts to play, and a big-time senior quarterback. It's been in big moments like this before. That's why it was so odd to me that they continued foot on the gas to be aggressive. They kept taking shots down the field. They wanted to score. They left the door open for Quentin Flowers and the USF offense.
Dearness Johnson out across the 25. And now it's Quentin Flowers' turn. Still down 1 score with 2:15 remaining. Flowers has a man. It is caught. Darnell Sullivan, touchdown Bulls.
There's a discussion going on down the field between linebacker Pat Jasinski and Trey Neal. Clearly a blown coverage as Solomon got left scot-free down the field, and Quentin Flowers wasn't going to miss him.
Nearly 500 passing yards for Quentin Flowers today to set a new South Florida record. And now the 2-point conversion to tie this game. A huge play. Here we go.
Quarterback run game, a big part of the red zone offense for South Florida.
Flowers looking, has a man, tie game! Dearness Johnson makes it 42 all.
For Quentin Flowers, he fooled the defense. All day to throw the football. Quentin Flowers works to his right, buys time, buys time. And Dearness Johnson works his way out. Rolls all the way right, and then look at the eyes. He's going to take it all the way back. And wide open in the back of the end zone, Dearness Johnson. Whether that was a design play or that was ad-lib on the fly, it worked to perfection You roll all the way to one side of the field, have your running back block for a second, sneak out the back door, nobody to account for him, and we're knotted up.
And Quinton Flowers continues to get it done. A school record for total offense in a single game. And we are knotted up with 1:41 to go. Mike Hughes with a head of steam. And Mike Hughes, the kicker to beat. Do you believe it? Knights take the lead on a Hughes touchdown. One of the most dangerous return men in college football with his third return for a touchdown this year.
Excellent blocking by the kick return unit. He gets an alley, makes a couple of guys miss, and then at speed in the open field, Mike Hughes will not be caught. A guy that arrived on campus August the 18th as a late JUCO transfer has been impactful throughout this whole year with his great cornerback play and is a fantastic return man, and he's now got his team up by a touchdown.
And now Quinton Flowers, after that incredible touchdown drive and the two-point conversion, is thinking, I got to do this again, apparently.
He says, let's go. Let's do this. Wow.
What a play by Mike Hughes. And UCF, trying to stay unbeaten, takes the lead on the 95-yard return. Johnson. Nice little alley for Johnson. And he sets up South Florida with good field position and 2 timeouts. Flowers brought down near the line of scrimmage by Jemias Pittman. Still 2 timeouts for the Bulls, down to a minute. Flowers, incomplete, looking for Solomon. Good coverage by Neville Clark.
Neville Clark blanketing Solomon. It's his left hand up. Nice pass breakup. Will UCF bring pressure? See a lot of pressure by Eric Shenander, the defensive coordinator of Central Florida, here in the second half to try to disrupt Quinton Flowers on 3rd and long situations.
Flowers to the sticks for the first down. Wilcox lost the football. UCF has it with 39 seconds to go. Gut-wrenching moment for Mitchell Wilcox.
Well, Mitchell Wilcox picks up the first down, and Richie Grant punches the ball out. And how about the man who jumps on it? Shaquem Griffin. Fantastic job by Richie Grant. Reminded me of the peanut punch. Used to play with Peanut Tillman. Used to do that all the time and practice it. Punches it out. And Shaquem Griffin, the senior, with an amazing story, who's fought through so much, comes up with the key recovery to solidify this win.
A program that just began play in 1979. A program that just reached FBS status in 1996. A program that 2 years ago suffered through an 0-12 season, only to find themselves 2 years later sitting at the precipice of 11-0, en route to an American Conference championship game, and potentially en route to the New Year's Six. What a story here in Orlando for Scott Frost and the UCF Knights.
He talked to us a lot about team unity and about how these guys were selfless. It was about for the other guy next to him. We've seen that play out here this evening. When the defense wasn't able to pick it up, the offense showed up. When the offense was at times struggling, the defense picked it up. A true team win, capped off by a huge special teams return and another defensive takeaway.
UCF, the first team in FBS history to go from winless to unbeaten in the regular season in a 2-year span. 11-0, and Scott Frost and the Knights are headed to the American Conference Championship game as the champions of the Eastern Division, and the war on I-4 did not disappoint. What a job by Mackenzie Milton, the sophomore out of Hawaii, leading the charge for this #1 UCF offense. The Wilcox fumble, an absolutely heartbreaking moment for the South Florida Bulls. Quentin Flowers, who set a school record for the Bulls tonight in total offense, getting the respect from Scott Frost. 11-0 are the Knights. Here's Scott Frost with Molly.
I'm here with Scott Frost, who just had a really refreshing ice bath. Coach, you're known for your offense, but your defensive players came up big. Mike Hughes, Shaquem Griffin. What was your reaction to that explosive ending to this game?
Unbelievable ending. I got so much admiration for their team, and that was one of the best football games of the year. They made plays, we made plays. We just made a few more at the end.
You inherited an 0-12 team just 2 years ago. Now you have a perfect 11-0 record. You're going to the conference title game. You guys are making history. How did you turn things around so quickly?
I don't know. It's all these coaches and these players. They went from 0 to 100 real quick. The effort these guys have given us, the dedication they've given us. We got more to prove yet this year, so we're not going to pat ourselves on the back yet, but what these guys are doing is special.
With success comes a lot of extra attention. Coach, you said it would be a crime to acknowledge all the coaching rumors, but you're headed for the postseason. How do you approach this difficult month ahead?
We don't even think about it. I owe these players that have given me their all, my 100%, and that's what I'm giving them, and I'm going to keep giving it to them because we got a good Memphis team coming in here next Saturday. So these kids deserve everything they're getting. It's a special group.
All right, thank you. Congratulations on the win, Coach.
Thank you.
Adam, back to you.
2 weeks ago, Scott Frost celebrated the birth of his first child, a little boy. A roller coaster of emotions that man must be going through right now. Incredible. As is the 11-0 record for UCF. Just under 1,200 yards, 91 points, 49-42, UCF the winners. For Dusty Dvorak, Molly McGrath, Adam Amin saying so long. Back to the studio and Kevin Nagandi.